Today, I am sharing some Christmas gift ideas for the girls in your life. Hi, I'm Jenny with Kids Learning for Life, and I have 3 daughters, so I've become a bit of a girl gift buying pro. And I'll be linking to all the items that I'm going to mention today in the description below, so don't miss that. First are sticker paint books. Basically what this is it has a page where you are going to be placing stickers, and then it has the sticker page, and they're all numbered, and it's very intricate, so you have to make sure to place the correct sticker where it belongs on the page, and it creates these really beautiful designs, and usually it's a picture of an animal or some sort of mystical thing like a unicorn. I mean, they have all different kinds of themes for the different sticker paint books. I got these for my girls a few years ago, but I think they weren't quite old enough or mature enough for it yet. So I think this year I'm gonna give it a try again because it seems like a really great activity to kind of keep kids occupied, doing something pretty mentally stimulating and using a lot of fine motor skills. And then it has a beautiful result at the end. Also, I love a good consumable gift. If it doesn't take up space in my house, that is a major plus. Next is Cat's Cradle. Let me try to explain what this is. If you don't already know. This is a schoolyard game in which you're like holding a string like this and it's in a certain pattern and then someone else grabs it in a certain way and you keep going. It's really hard to explain. I probably look like a fool trying to explain it to you. But if you look up a video or a picture of it, you'll probably know instantly what I'm talking about. I found this really cool kit on Amazon in which it comes with a little stretchy string thing that you can do it with. You can also do it with a piece of yarn, just so you know. But the Amazon one actually comes with a little booklet on how to do it, how to get set up for, if your kids need a little extra help. And it is kind of tricky at first because we just did this. And even I was a little bit lost in the woods. So I highly recommend the version with the booklet attached. I love this gift because it requires a lot of coordination. It requires teamwork because everyone's on the same team. We're not competing against each other. And you guessed it, doesn't take up a lot of room. Now, this next idea might seem a little weird and not the right season, but something that my girls always get at Christmas is swimsuits. This is obviously the off season for buying swimwear, but I just like to have these on hand because the warmer swimming time season always creeps up on us. I also like getting stocked up on items like pool toys, goggles, everything, so that we are completely ready for that first day in, usually May or June, that we can hit the pool. Swimsuits are always a hit with my girls because girls are weird and they like receiving clothes as gifts. So that's something that I think most girls would enjoy receiving. Next is watercolor paints and watercolor paper. I specifically say watercolor paper because this is the item you need to search for, not just regular paper. Watercolor paper is a lot thicker. Also, it tends to be bigger, which is nice, but it's thicker because watercolor paint is so wet that it doesn't seep through and cause the paper to become all like just a wet rag. It actually holds the paint a lot better than just regular printer paper. And watercolor paint itself is an easy to clean, easy to use kind of paint that kids love to use. At least mine do. I'm not really a huge fan of how that thicker, like water-based paint looks when kids paint with it. I think it just ends up, no matter how skilled you are, it ends up looking kind of finger painty. But watercolor paint just has a really beautiful elegance to it that I just love. Watercoloring is a great activity to have on hand for rainy days, which is why I always love to keep us stocked up on it. So it's a great Christmas gift because when does it rain? Around Christmas time and after. So it's good to have it on hand. Lastly, this would not be a gift recommendation video by me, Jenny, if I didn't recommend some books. So I'm gonna just fire off some book recommendations that my girls love, and I know most other girls would love as well. Understood Betsy is one of the best books I've read in a really long time, and it centers around a young girl having to move to a new home, and we read it as part of Ambleside Online this year, but it is just such a good book, and I think your girls would love it as well. And then there's James Herriot's Treasury for Children, which is a country vet's memoirs of just some really sweet animal stories that will just warm your heart instantly, and they're all really short, sweet chapters. One series that my kids have always loved is Pippi Longstocking, and she's just such a goofy character, and we love her so much, and we try to emulate her strength and quirkiness in our home. So that's another really great one. And then 2 books by Frances Hodgson Burnett are The Secret Garden and A Little Princess, both of which are perfect reads for that early reader in your life. For slightly older girls, I would recommend pretty much anything by Jane Austen, but maybe something like Pride and Prejudice in particular. My kids have loved this. They also love the movie version with Keira Knightley. I know that's a hot topic. And also Anne of Green Gables. The reason I don't recommend Anne of Green Gables for the younger kids is because it does get into some mature stuff, and I don't want to spoil anything, but there are some parts that are just kind of hard to read. So emotionally, that is. But it's to me like almost a perfect book, and my girls just love it. Since we're on the subject of books, my favorite place to buy books is from Living Book Press. I did a whole video talking about the books that I have bought from them, and it is linked right over here. Check it out for additional gift ideas. See you next time. Happy homeschooling and Merry Christmas.